Fox 55 News.
A lot happening weather-wise here the next few days. We'll start off kind of cloudy. There could be some rain later on Saturday, and at some point as we get later into Sunday, that rain could go over to a little bit of snow, and then the snow will taper off pretty quickly the way it's looking heading into Monday. The computer models are a little bullish on some of the snow totals. It's been very warm here lately, so it would be hard to get a big accumulation given the current scenario, given all the warm weather that we've had lately, but it's a trend we're certainly going to watch through the weekend. In the meantime, it's pretty simple. It's just going to be kind of cool heading into Saturday morning. Temperatures low 40s, mostly cloudy skies. And then through the afternoon, I think we'll hang on to some clouds. It's relatively mild, temperatures around 50 degrees. We'll see a wave of rain cruising on through heading into Saturday evening, Saturday night. Could be a couple different waves of rain, maybe even some thunderstorms down across the southern part of the state. And then that's out of here. And then the question becomes, heading into Sunday night and Monday, could we get a little round of snow moving across the region? That's something we're certainly going to watch. One thing's for sure, we could use some form of precipitation. We still have a significant drought going on from where we are southward, one of the worst droughts since the late 80s across the Maumee Valley of Ohio, stretching back into parts of eastern Indiana. So we could use more precipitation. The more the merrier. We just don't need it all in one evening. One thing's for sure, we're going to see a big snap of chilly air. In fact, by Monday, Tuesday, we're 34 degrees. These are the high temperatures early next week. And then you can see it's fleeting, warms up very quickly back to the low 50s by the time we get to next Friday. So if we get the cold air, we don't get it for too long. In fact, in the short term, there hasn't been really a whole lot happening. It's been pretty quiet. There's some rain off to the east. I don't think we'll see much here. The nearest weather system is back out across the plains, and that's one we're watching as we get into the back half of the weekend with that very changeable weather. The winds are a little gusty at times. That'll be the story, I think, through the weekend. Could have maybe 10 to 20 mile per hour wind gusts. It won't be terrible, but certainly a little breezy around here, I think, as we start the weekend and finish it off, too. And then, again, heading into Saturday, breezy weather along with some rain moving in Saturday night. So windy, wet, chilly heading into Saturday night. Winds start to crank as that cold air moves in Sunday. Now we could have gusts maybe 25, 30 miles an hour, complemented by maybe some snow. Some pretty strong winds look possible at some point heading into Sunday afternoon and evening as low pressure wraps up around us. So there's the possibility of some snow heading later into Sunday. Exactly where, how much, still to be determined. The ground's warm from all the recent warmth we've had, so it would take a lot to really get a big accumulation. And either way, that thing's completely out of here as we head through time. Big buckle in the jet stream, sending the cold air way to the south here early in the week. That'll correct itself later in the week. And then again, snowfall next few days doesn't look real substantial for us, but again, it really depends on which computer model you look at. One or the other certainly does suggest at least some snow. And we have an above average chance of rainfall, I think, as we hit the midpoint of the month. 40 degrees tonight, just a few clouds, some gusty winds, 50 as we head through Saturday. And then again, the next 7 days, your Sunday zone there, that's where we could see some snow into early Monday. Quick warm up right after that.